guys, hey girls, and everyone in between. This is Sima, and it has been a minute, more than a minute, since I last recorded a modding tutorial video. I believe in May. You guys, I was gonna have my next video, which is gonna be about Sims 4 drama nodes, which are phone calls, text messages, the likes, and then I kind of just disappeared. And that's mainly because I've been making my own mods, so I haven't really had the time to record any video. But I've got a bit of time now, so while I do have the time, I'm going to be recording some modding tutorials for you guys. So I've got a list of tutorials that I'm going to get through before I get busy again. So we're going to start with drama nodes. So what exactly are drama nodes? So I'm just going to go on my internet for you guys. So I've searched this up on Google, Sims 4 calls. So these things here, these things here, they are what we call drama nodes. Um, Phone calls, text messages, all of this stuff are what is classified in the game. Even this one is a drama node, but it's a different type of drama node. Today, we are going to be mainly focused on the calls and text messages. Oh, the calls and text messages type of drama nodes. So these ones here, we're going to be focused on these mainly. I've already got examples for you guys. Well, in-game examples. So I'm not using Sims 4 Studio at the moment. I am currently on the Lot of 51 website, which I've been using religiously. Like literally, when I'm making my mods, I'm just on here, and then I export it and import it into Sims 4 Studio. That's literally been the way I've been making my mods. So these are drama nodes, or this is a drama node from the game. This is the congrats on promotion drama node. So when a sim gets promoted, they will get a text message, and you know it's a text message because the phone ring type is a bus. So that is a text message. And I believe this one, yeah, this one is also a text message. So this is the congrats on the baby one. So when your sim has a baby, you can see here it says, congratulations on the new addition to the family. So that is a text message. If you want to make it a phone call, you just have to change from buzz to ring. Literally, that's it. Um, but I'm gonna break it down. But I'm gonna try to break down a drama node, a dialogue drama node, as easy as I can, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't like making them. It's hard, really, really hard to test this in game. There's no trigger that you can use to test this in game and get it working ASAP. You literally have to wait for it to happen, which is extremely frustrating. But yes, so this is drama nodes. So the way I'm gonna start it with, to get the phone calls to pop up or text message, whatever, to show in game, to get a phone call, to get a text message, you will need to two ways. So you can use a loot action. You guys should know what loot actions are by now. I've blessed you guys with that for months now. You can use a loot action to schedule a drama node. So loot action, schedule drama node. Let me just do a new one for you guys. So let me search here so you guys can see how I use this website. So I search for loot action, go under action, it's right there. And then I go down and I go to schedule drama node, and then you pick the drama node that you want to happen. I'm just pick a random one here. Here we go. I like it. Um, and that's it. And then obviously you put the loot action inside your interaction. You guys should know how that works, but we're gonna go through that again in this video. And that's literally how you can trigger a loot action after an interaction. So another way that you can trigger a loop action, it's not on here, but I'm going to show you guys, is what they called scoring. And if you use this, okay, let me just do this. So if you were to use a loop action to trigger your drama nodes, depending on your time option or the the test that you put the drama node on, is when it's going to activate this. However, if you were to use scoring, let me just enable it. If you were to use scoring, you have to pick a bucket that you want the drama node to go into. And if you were to use this, for example, I'm trying to think of one that I've used. Mm, let's just say odd job. Let's just put odd job there. So let me just focus there. Where it is? Okay, there it is. So if you were to use a bucket, it will put this drama node inside the odd job bucket. So it means that, when your sim gets phone calls from odd jobs because they want to go to an odd job, and then the person will call your sim or text your sim to be like, I've got this odd job kind of thing. I completely forgot how odd jobs work, but you guys get what I mean. This drama node will be placed inside this bucket. So it means it happens a lot more compared to this, where it's linked to an interaction and it will only happen when you use that interaction. Whenever I make a drama node, I always use a loop action, because that way I can control how often I want it to happen. The only time I've used a bucket is when I made my own custom bucket. Um, that one you have to use the Python, and you have to use script files to make that. But I'm not going to show you guys how to do that one in this video. It was because in my fashion designer mod, there's quite a few phone calls and activities, and I wanted it to be in their own special bucket. So you can also make your own bucket if you want, guys. So completely up to you. Base score. Um, to be honest with you guys, I don't know quite what this one does, but I always just put a random number, and I think it filters it based on where you've put the bucket. So maybe how often it happens or how quickly it happens. But like I said, if you put it inside the bucket, it will always happen, guys. So if you let me show you guys a mod. So for example, this mod by Kuto, completely butchered that. Um, it's got its own special bucket. Obviously, it's not using a bucket from the game. However, because it's in a bucket and is not linked to an interaction, it happens quite often. So your sim will get random phone calls or text messages because it's in a bucket. I hope I explained that really well, because it took me quite a while to actually understand what a bucket was, and I made a mistake with one of my mods by putting it inside the bucket, the NFL mod, and everyone was just getting phone calls constantly. It was a mess. Okay, so let's disable that. So when it comes to making a drama node for your own personal mod, I like to use one in the game and then literally just change it to what I want it to be, instead of just making it fresh. So I'll add things or I'll remove things. So let's start from the bottom. Let's start from the top. So the cooldown data is really simple. It's just to cool down the drama node so it doesn't happen every hour, if you know what I mean. So this one is in 24, so that's in sim hours. So if this drama node has already happened, it means that it's gonna cool down for another 24 hours before it happens again. But obviously, because this drama node does not have a bucket, it's not going to happen as often. So if you have a bucket, let me just enable that again. If you have a bucket, for example, you put a default bucket. Let's put that to that. Okay, let's just leave it as that. And then you pull it as a cooldown. So once it's happened already within this bucket, it's not going to happen again for another 24 hours. That is my understanding of this. If I'm wrong, I don't think I am, but if I am, please let me know. Um, yeah, so that is my understanding of it. There you go. So you can always just change that to your um yeah, your own. So always, well, I always use node cooldown. I don't use group cooldown because obviously you cool it down depending on the group. So for example, the invites cooldown is based on the invites that your sims get in the game. So you can pull it as invite cooldown. So it will cool it down according to the cooldown that's in this group. So whatever the cooldown is in this group is the same that's going to apply to your own personal drama node. So you can find out what this is in Python scripting. That's a whole other level of modding that I will get to with you guys. I'm not sure when, because scripting can be quite complicated and it also depends on what you need it for. So scripting using Python is on a do I need it basis. Basically, I don't use it often. The only time I've used it is for my fashion designer mod and my core CPS mod. Other than that, everything else, my mod wise, are all packages. I don't use script files. So next one. So the next thing is the dialogue and the loot action. So the dialogue is quite simple. What dialogue, what text messages do you want it to say? Like this, for example. That's what the dialogue is. You can select, let me go back up. You can select to have a dialogue okay, which is, let me see if I can find one. um it's not really this, but let's just say, so it's only got the dialogue and it's gonna have okay. You guys have seen one of those before in the game. That is what this is a dialogue okay. um yeah, so this is a dialogue okay, so you get this: congratulations on the new addition to the family, and your sim will just press okay. Literally, that's where dialogue okay is. Another option, let me see what this one is. This is dialogue okay. Let me just change it. So you've got dialogue multi response. So let's go down to dialogue, and then obviously this is where you're going to put the text that you want to write. And then you're going to put the possible responses here, which is this one here. So this one is the dialogue, and this is all the three different responses that your sim can put. So you put your dialogue inside text messages, you put your dialogue inside text, and then you put the responses inside possible response. So item number one is response number one. So you put, for example, on here you could put okay, for example, and then you make a new one, and then on here you can put no okay, I don't know, and then you can put I don't think so. It's up to you. I'm not sure the amount that the game allows, but keep in mind the UI of the game as well. Don't do too much, otherwise people won't be able to see it. So we've got these three responses here. I wrote it. So let me show you guys how, if you guys can't remember, how you can get Texas strings is what they're called in the same. So you can either get one that's in the game already, which I only do if it's base game. So this is base game. So I'll select this one because it's base game. Always try to make your mod as base game as possible unless you don't need it to be. Okay, so that is okay. And then this one is not okay. Let's see if that's in the game. No, it's not in the game. So what you can do is you go to tools, you go to hash generator, you type in not, oop, not okay. You copy the X32-bit, guys, copy it, and then paste it here, and that is not okay. And then what did I put this one as? I don't think so. I think this one might be in game. No, okay, let's make our own. And then I don't think so. And then you get this, and then you get this, and then that is your string done. So those are the text messages, the responses, sorry, that your sim can give to whatever it is that you want it to write. Let's say, for example, um, did you hear about the gossip with Bella? Yeah, let's just go with that. And then let's do what we did before. As generator, get the fade to beat. I'm not slowing down on this side, guys, because we should know how to use strings already. Okay, so if you don't, please watch my previous videos. Thank you. Um, so we've put the text that we want to show here, here, on here. So that is going to be the text. You can have a single one or you can have multiples, but if you're having a drama node, just do a single. You don't need to have multiple. So so I forgot to say we are not going to be using the mod constructor because you can't make this in the mod constructor. You have to make this on here or edit it yourself in Sims 4 Studio, but I find using this website is the best. Okay, so icon, you guys should know icon is this one here. So if this is linked to an interaction that has a filter, for example, or not, actually, I can show you guys how you can do that in this game, in this part. You can either choose an image from the game, for example, social, let's see if there's something, so you can have, oh, red skill, there we go. You can have this showing here, or you can go to participant and choose the participant type, which is going to be the target sim. And then you go down to secondary icon, which is your sim. So you choose the participant and you choose actor, that is your sim. So you guys can see here that we have now created the main dialogue and the responses. However, what happens when they click either of these? This is where loop action comes into it. So once your sim clicks OK, what do you want to happen? So for this, you will need to create a loop action. So before I continue, guys, because I realize I've done quite a bit, I haven't changed the name. Always change the name, otherwise you are overriding this drama node in the game. So always change the name to the typical naming convention, which is your mod name, your not your mod name, which is your sim community name. I don't know what you want to call it. And then your mod, let me just put tutorial, and then whatever this is gonna be, this is gossip drama note. As you can see, the EA override green icon is gone, and that's because this is now um, a unique tuning. Okay, so always make sure you change the name. Okay, so we have now done the dialogue and the responses, and now we need to work on what happens after your sim has clicked. Okay, not okay, and I don't think so. This is where you guys make your loot action. So I'm not gonna really do that in this video because, like I said, I've done loot actions already. But for okay, for example, you could say, let me create a loot action. Let me get rid of this one. Let me delete that one. Let's make a new loot action. And when the sim clicks OK, you can have a notification, and then um, you can have do the same thing here. You have an icon, you have a secondary icon, and then you have either a single text message or a variation of text messages, which means it allows you to have more than one response. So for this, let's say single. So your sim has clicked on OK, and now you want, what do you want it to say? You can say, yes, I heard about the gossip. Guys, this is literally just examples. Like, it doesn't make sense right now because it's just examples. So you do what you did before. You did hash generator, you get the fade to bit, and you copy here. And then that's it mostly for oh, change this to speech so that way you can get the speech bubble on the notification. And then, like I said, you do the image. Secondary is always, well, secondary this time can be the target sim, and then the main icon can be your sim. And then you change the name to tutorial, or change it to whatever you want to change it. And you say okay response, whatever you want to call it. Get the instance ID, paste it here. Let me just get the name. This is just something I like to do so I know what these numbers mean. I'll put it inside comment. So what's gonna happen now? So when your sim presses OK, this loot action is gonna happen, and the loot action is a notification. It's literally as simple as yeah. So you can do the same with not okay. If you want it to be a notification for not okay, you can do that as well. If you want it to be a another if you want it to be, for example, another interaction to happen instead of something else, you can also do interactions in loop actions. I think I showed you guys how to do that. There's interactions on here. You can do interaction, or you can do interaction, pick the priority of the interaction, and then choose the interaction that you want them to do. Or maybe you've made one yourself and you want to do that instead. So you can do a lot with loop actions, guys. I'm not going to go through everything. I did it previously. Yes. So let me see. Maybe they get a buff if they say not okay. Or maybe they get a buff and a notification. It doesn't have to be just one. It can be two things. It can be three things. It can be four things. Completely up to you what you put in your loot action. Completely up to you. It can be, for example, one of my loot actions for my police academy. Let me show you guys quickly. It's not the clearest, but I got this for my picture. This is a drama node that I made. So in this drama node, what the sim does is he gets invited to summer camp, and when it says count me in, it gives him a buff, and when he has that buff, he has access to a interaction that allows him to go to summer camp. Let me actually show you guys the code for some of you that want to see behind the scenes. So this is the drama node for the thing I just showed you guys. Yes, so as you can see, one thing I'm going to show you guys is allow autonomous target sim. That's if you don't have a target sim. This is what pops up when you select autonomous target sim. So, and obviously, if you select autonomous target sim, the icon will need to be target sim. The phone ring type is ring, so my sim will get a call instead of a text message. And the text is the text that I just show on the screen. And obviously, I add two options, which is okay or cancel, and that's what they are. So that's the count me in, maybe next year. Okay. And then once my sim selected okay, which is the accepted one, it gives them this loop action. And if they select cancel, it gives them this loop action. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys another way that you can do a drama node. So I just showed you guys the multi-response version. Another version is OK cancel, which is the one I just did on here. OK cancel is literally two response, okay and cancel, and it doesn't have to be okay and cancel. You can make it whatever you want it to be, which is what this is, and probably what this is as well. This is an OK cancel drama node as well. So OK cancel works the exact same with the text. So you put the usual text message, etc., etc. This is the anonymous target sim part, so you can select that. Um, so when you do OK cancel, let me see, this is where it is. So OK, you can put OK if you want it to be an OK, and if you want it to be a cancel. But like I said, you can have it be whatever you want it to say. Um, yeah, and that's how you do the OK cancel. And obviously, you put the text here, you do your secondary icon, and you do your main icons here. And obviously you do the ring type, which is going to be either buzz for text message or ring for the ring. Um, so there is that option as well. And then this is so with the previous the motor response, we had the loop action for each individual response. But this, it's the loop action for either OK, cancel, it timed out, or your sim just did not respond to it, because sometimes text messages and phone calls in the games do time out. So yes, so if your sim presses OK, this is the loop action area that you put, for example, like what we just did here. um and you put it there, literally. If your sims press cancel, this is the new action that you want to happen. Note, guys, side note, you don't need to put these if you feel like you don't want anything to happen when they select okay or cancel. It's not a must to do this. If you can see in this, I've only got accepted or cancel. I did not use complete or no response because I didn't need it. But if you feel like you need it, obviously use it. So those are done with loop actions, guys. You guys know what loop actions are. If you don't, go back to my previous video or explore loop actions in here. Quick side note to show you guys how you can do that on this website. If you go to import EA tuning, if you go to type and you go to action, you go to action, and then wait, I think I've got one type still. Yeah, let me get rid of that. There we go. Go to action and you just select loop action. No, you just select action. You can see all the loop actions that are in game. So you can use that to get an idea of what it is that you want to do in regards to the loop actions. So many things you can do with loop actions, like insane amount of stuff that you can do with loop actions. But yeah, side note, done. Okay, so that is, I believe, the options that I use. Obviously, if you want to display a notification and a loot only, you could do that with drama nodes, but just add-ons to the point. A drama node is for phone calls and text messages to me anyway. So I mainly use dialogue okay cancel or dialogue okay. I don't use this as often because there's another way to do this outside of a drama node, which I'll show you guys in another video, I think. But yeah, so if you say okay, cancel or okay, which is what we had before. So congratulations getting a new the promotion, whatever. And your sim will say okay. And once they say okay, this is the loot action that they get. Let me show you guys what that loot action is. This is the loop action again. So this is the loop action that your sim gets when select okay. So the loop actions are statistics, literally plus two actions. And that is the relationship change. So your sim's relationship will change with the target sim. So if you guys want to take a look at how that is done, you can copy this instance ID and take a look. Yeah, literally. That's the new action that they get. Okay, so moving on to the next part of the drama node. So this is max and minimum and max times that this new action will run from the point that it gets scheduled. So um, this is not always a must. You don't need to do this if you don't want to use it. And when they say the time for when it's scheduled, this is the schedule. Okay, so let's just skip to the bottom for a bit. So this is the schedule. So this drama node is active literally every day. It can happen every day, and it's got a runtime of 12 hours. Okay, and it starts from 8 a.m. So when I say it's got a runtime of 12 hours and it starts from 8 a.m., it doesn't mean as soon as it's 8 a.m. on the dot, this new action, this sorry, drama node will happen. That's not how it works. It's got this 12 hours duration that it can happen within. So it can happen between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. essentially. That's basically what that means, and it can happen at any of these dates. Um, so the minimum and maximum hour, let me focus back on it, is I never explained this properly, but if you guys take a look at this, right? So an example for this is, let's say this node is scheduled to be at 3 a.m., but you've put a minimum time of 5 and a maximum time of 12.5. That means there is a 7 hour window that the node can get started. So it means that it starts. I actually don't know how to explain this, but I don't use this often because it's confusing me, and I want my nodes to happen basically almost as soon as possible. So I really don't use this. If you're going to use this, read up on it and look at examples to see the best way to explain this, because I can't explain it because I don't use it. As you can see, it's different from each one. Um, so I actually don't know how to explain this, guys. Like, just take a look, read through, and see if you get it, because it confuses me. I'm not gonna lie to you, it confuses me. Um, okay, moving on to the next part. So, pre-test. So these are tests that must run before that must pass before your drama node can happen. So for this, your sim needs to have this buff. They needs to have gotten the earned promotion buff. Let me get rid of this so you guys can see it. They need to have this earn promotion buff to be able to get this drama node, essentially. So this is how you can also limit who receives a drama node, so that way not everyone in the household gets it. And then receiver sim for test. Oh, before I move on, you can do more than one test, guys. So for example, if you want it to be available to someone that's in a specific career, for example. You don't want everyone to get it. You want this to just be specific to a career, a gardener. So the only person that will receive this phone call is a gardener that has been promoted. So you can do that. Um, you can do bills. I've never used bills, but you can do bills. To be like, you can only receive this drama note if your bills are paid or if you're broke or something. You can do career, you can do club. So you can do where it's only available to a specific club. Um, use any club, which would be available to all clubs, or use a specific club. So I've never used club either, to be honest, because I have no need to. But you can use club as well. I'm trying to see what else you can use. Yeah, this is the club one. I don't know why I went to club gathering. You can use club, required SIM card. It's quite detailed, so you can use it for whatever you want to use it for. You can use it for curfew, maybe. Maybe is the person under a curfew? Then yeah, this is you can use this for like maybe you want your sim, your teenager sim, to get a phone call when the curfew's done, so they can sneak out, kind of thing. You know what I mean? You can use you can have it so it's available within a certain time or a certain day, which there's no point because it's got a schedule. You can use it for eco footprint. It's like I've never used this, but you can use it for eco, like certain streets. Only people on that street can get it. You guys get what I mean, right? Because I'm just trying shit right now. So that's another example of what you can use. So these pre-tests are tests that must pass before your sim can receive this Java node. There's quite a few tests. Another test is the receiver sim test. So this is just like pre-test. I don't use because there's another test here. This test here. I think there's another test somewhere. I think there's a target sim test as well. It's just a love test. I only use one test, which is usually this one. Let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, as you guys can see on my invite one, I use receiver sim test. So that is who can receive this drama node, which is basically a lot like pre-test. I'm not gonna lie to you. So the only person that can receive this drama node is a teenager that is in this after school club and has also got this trait, literally. So it's very specific, very pinpoint as to who I want this to go out to. I would definitely recommend, unless you're doing it for everyone, I would definitely recommend using tests to try to limit the amount of people it goes out to. So because this one is very limited, there's a lot of teens in your game, but is there a lot of teens that's in this after school club? And if they are in this after school club, have they got this straight? Well, not that have they got. This is blacklist, guys. Oops. So have they not got this straight? That's what blacklist means. It means that we're testing against the same. So you can't have this trait. If you have this trait, you won't get this drama note. I'm not sure if I covered that with you guys, but I'll show you guys quickly where it is. So this drama node is available for teenagers to elders. So let's do a trait one. So trait, there we go. So blacklist means that the sim is required to not have the straight. So if they have, for example, this straight, for example, then they won't receive this drama node. But whitelist means that they need to have this trait to be able to receive it. So there's a difference between blacklist and whitelist, guys. So always make sure you select the right one. Um, just like the free test, you can test on literally almost anything. Um, yeah, so that's something you can do. Now, sender SIM info is regarding the target SIM. Who is sending this drama node to your SIM? Who is sending this drama node to your SIM? So the best way of filtering this down is by using a SIM filter, which I haven't actually gone through with you guys before. Um, I'm going to briefly touch on it today, literally briefly, um, because the video is running a bit long. I'm going to briefly touch on it, but let's just break down what you can do. So, send the SIM info. You can, who's sending this drama node to your SIM. So, you can have it be no one is sending it to your SIM, which doesn't make sense. You can have it be a participant type. You can have it be, and then finally, you can have it be a SIM filter. SIM filter helps you target down who it is that you want to send, who it is that you want it to send the drama note to your SIM. So this one, as you guys can see, is very filtered. So this drama node, you will only receive it from someone that your SIM has met. The age is child to elderly. It can be a ghost and is not someone in your household, and we prefer it to be friends. So that means that the friendship bar is quite high. Let me show you guys what that looks like. Okay, there we go. Don't let this intimidate you guys. So as you guys can see, this is what a SIM filter looks like, especially the one that is for this drama node. This is what it looks like. So this is the trait that is blacklisted. So this is the reason why you don't get calls from Bonhilda. You don't get calls from Greg because they're blacklisted. So you will never receive a call from the flower bunny unless specify it in a different SIM filter. Because I know for the bunny Easter one, the flower bunny does call. So unless specified, so we can remove that, for example. And now the flower bunny is one of the people that can call your SIM. But yeah, so let me just close that. Okay, so like I said, it has to be someone that your SIM has met, which is what a relationship bit is. I'm going to show you guys how to create a relationship bit in the next video after the next video. Um, yes, so it has to be a sim that it has to be a sim that your sim has met, and the age, the minimum age is child. You can have it be child is minimum and teen is maximum if you wanted to, but child is minimum. The relationship is not hidden, and the is not the Grim Reaper, so the Grim Reaper can't call you. Your sim is not busy. That's what invert score means. It means not, basically. Your sim does not have the straight, and your sim does not live with you. And your sim has the relationship track of at least five. So your sim's relationship bar is at least five. Okay. And your sim, like I said here, is not the uh, flower bunny. And then this is the template that is going to get the sim filter from, which is a whole different thing. Is usually whenever you're making a sim filter, is usually this. You have no reason to change it unless you really need to, which is what I did when I made my fashion designer mod and I needed to create sims for the career. So yes, we can touch on this in the future. But yeah, this is sim filters. So that is how you can limit who sends your sim the drama note, for example. So I just clicked on this here. So you can always change it to be someone, the camera operator from the actor career. If you wanted to, you can be a teacher, You can either be a gourmet chef. You can either be your art teacher. I don't know why, but you can either be any of these same filters. Essentially, you can either be an eyeliner. No, you can either be someone that's actually in your household from child to elderly. If you want it to be, you just change it that easily. Let me just go back to where it was. There you go. So you can have it be that. Okay, so time options, I've already gone through this with you guys. Um, most drama nodes are um, Sunday to Saturday simply because as even though it's every day, it doesn't happen every day because you don't have it set as happening every day. So some drama notes. Let me see if I can find one. I think there's an invite one. I think it's something like this. No, that's every day. Let me see if I can find let me see invite. Um, Let me change that to invite to the gym. Let me see. Is that every day? No, that is only on Saturdays. So you guys can see your sim will only ever receive this on a Saturday. They will only ever that receive that drama note on a Saturday. Um, yeah, so that's literally simple as in regards to what you need for a drama note. If you guys are ever confused about anything, watch the video back. It's actually quite simple to make a drama note. It's just frustrating testing one. Um, but that's all it is. Don't forget, ring for phone calls and buzz for text messages. What makes a drama node fun in regards to gameplay is the loot action that happens once they've selected the whatever option you wanted to select. Let me just look at this and see if there's anything I've missed. So this one I did use minimum 1 to 3 hours. Yeah, it's literally very, very simple to use. And now I'm going to show you guys where, um, there we go. This is the loop action to schedule the drama node. As you can see, you go to loop action, you go to schedule drama node like I did at the start, and then you select your drama node or you put your instance ID of the drama node. And for this, I did an extra test just in case. And this test is that this loop action or this drama node will only happen to a teenager sim. Um, Yes. So once you've made the loop action, if you're going the loop action route and not the bucket route, you now need to put the loop action into some sort of interaction. So I'm trying to remember where I put this. I feel like I put it inside a. So my loop action is actually linked to a buff. So it doesn't have to be a interaction. It can also be a buff if you know how to do that. So this summer school invite reaction only triggers when your sim is in summer school, which is a mod by a Dipingo. So what I did was I got the instance ID from a Deep Indigo's mod, and then the loot on addition, the loot on addition is the Vogue invite loot action that I just showed you guys. So once your sim, your teenager sim has got this buff, they're gonna get this loot action as well, which is what loot on addition means. Um, and guys are like, how do you add loot actions to buffs? Blah, blah, blah. You can do a lot with buffs. You can do a lot more than you think with buffs. Let me just quickly. So this is an example of a buff. So this is loot on addition. This is the loot action that will happen when your sim has got that buff. And this is the loop action for that will happen when your sim doesn't have the buff anymore. They used to have it, but they don't have it anymore. So you got Lou on action, Lou on removal. So what I did with this drama node, let me go back to my Patreon. What I did with this drama node is when it hits summer camp, your sim will be invited to go to the summer camp, the fascia camp. If you say yes, which is they count me in, your sim will be gone for one sim week, basically. So that's what the drama note does. Let me just show you guys the loop action for the yes. Let me remember what it is. So yes, fascia cam, and no fascia cam. Okay. So yes, fascia cam. So this is the loop action for when the sim says yes. So they'll get buff, which is a timer, and then they'll get a notification, and then they'll get another buff, which is for the social bunny, which allows them to post on social bunny, and then they will also get a statistic. This is a bit more complicated than what I want to show you guys today, but I just want to show you guys what loot happens when they say yes, and then this is what happened when they say no, which is just a simple notification. Okay, so yeah. And now what I'm gonna do is quickly make a drummer node, and then we're gonna test it in game, and I just hope it shows when I want it to show, because oh my god, I hate testing it. But yeah guys, so let's make a drummer node. Slow this part down because I'm gonna be going quite quick. Okay, let's start. I am happy with this. Now we need to save all of this. So how do you save in Law 51? You just click on the download tuning. Let me look for my tutorial folder. I have so much on here. Let me just make a new one. Save, and then don't forget to save your responses as well. Um, perfect. Now let's go to Simso Studio and let's make an empty package. Let's keep it in. Oh God. Okay. Java notes. Let's just call it whatever you want to call it. Medicinal tutorial. Java note tutorial. Save that. Okay. Now let us batch import everything that we have done, like so. Let's save that. And guys, let us also do our string table. Okay. It needs to be English. To be honest, it doesn't really matter what you select because you're gonna remove all of it anyways. Edit item, remove. What I usually do is as I'm doing these, I copy and paste it into Sims 4 Studio straight away. But I just wanted to do this for you guys so you can see. But always make sure you keep your string table intact. Let's add one. That one is for, this is another reason why I use this comment area. It is, press save. Let's just check the shape. Check is in there. Okay, save. Let's go to tools. Let's go to modding and let's copy string table to all languages so it's in there. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then let us save. Now, what we need to do is go back and make our loop action that is going to have the drummer note. Let me just use this because it's here already. Let me get rid of this test, it's not needed. Let's get our instance ID, which is this. To find it on Sims 4 Studio, it's literally just on here, the children ID. Okay, and then we put it here. Let me get the name because I'm very anal about having things labeled. Is really useful. Make sure you change the name if you're using an example from the game. If you're making a new one, it's fine. Let's call it Simon tutorial gossip node loot. Save that into Sims 4 Studio. It's this one, right? Yep. Okay. Now, where are we going to put the action loot? The drama node is a talking interaction node, so it makes sense to have it inside a social interaction. Let me just get one up and I'm going to close all of these because I don't need it anymore. Yep. Okay, let me look for a social interaction. Gossip is a social interaction. Once gossip talk, the best way I find something is to just like go through something and just click it here because this is the one I want. Is it? Yeah, that's the one I want. Just easier than searching for it. Let me see if that's the one I want. Import and edit. Takes a while for social interactions to load. Okay, so unless you want this to override, don't forget to change the interaction. So I'm gonna call this social mixture interaction, um, gossip ball. Gossip ball. Okay, so what you need to do first of all, we need to turn off. Well, it's up to you. You can allow it to be autonomous if on the social interaction to be autonomous. I don't want it to be, so I'm gonna put it as false, and then I'm gonna ignore all of these. We do not need to change. Um, well, we can remove this. This is the chance cards that you get for like the sentiments and stuff like that. So I don't really need it for this. So I'm going to remove it, all of it. There we go. And then this is the category that the interaction is going to be. Right now is also gossip, so that's fine with me. Go down and let's change the keep on going. There we go. Let's change the display name. I'm gonna do gossip about neighbor. Actually, no, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna show you guys because talking to someone face to face, it does not make sense for them to then call you later. So, but I'm just gonna show you guys how social mixer interactions work so you can see it. But we're not gonna use it. And then we need to go back to our wrong place. Let me just get this and put it in the right place. There we go. Save that. Go back to here. Change that so we know what it's about. Okay. And then obviously, guys, this is if the pirate day. It's pirate day, so you can leave this if you want, or you can take it off. So you can see it changes depending on what's happening. So you can also do that if you wanted to. I don't need it for this example. Gossip with, that's fine. All of this is fine. Now, this is where you can put the drama notes inside the loot list is where you're gonna put your loot action. If that's where if you want to use a social interaction, you just copy the instance ID and you put it here. As you can see, it's here. Um, it's there. Boom. And you obviously there's different ones, and you just save it. You download this, download tuning, because there's literally nothing else to save. Change, and then boom. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Where did I save it? Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. So that is how you make social interactions. I don't think there was anything else to change. Sim that you've met. Yeah. So that's how you make a social interaction. So in the context of this, it doesn't make sense to have a social interaction, have a drama node because it doesn't make sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it be a computer interaction. Maybe the research, computer research. That let's pick any random computer interaction. You guys should know how computer and phone interactions work. I've got a video on that if you don't. Um, so I'm just gonna change that quickly. Change the name for this. Super interaction comp gossip. So what do we need to change on this one? If you guys have done this before, you know that we need to change either the time, because I don't need them to take 120 minutes. Like 3 to 4 minutes is fine for this example, anyways. um, we do not need these. This is for people that have got um, perks and stuff, so that is not needed. Um, yep, exit naturally. Genius. Okay, let me remove that. Periodic stat change. Yeah, but I don't need operations. Let's remove that. Okay, basic extra is fine. I'm going to remove this buff here because I don't need it for this interaction. From liking research, I'm going to move that as well. That stays the same, start this the same. I'm going to move this adventure moment and this adventure moment. I'm going to leave the loop action. This is the animation that happens when your sim is typing. I'm going to change the pie menu to computer gaming. I don't know. Okay. Um, and then change the name to what I had already. There's no point. So it's gonna look like you're gossiping about your neighbor online, essentially. I'll just change that. And then when you finish gossiping, like your friend, whoever it is that we've got as the sim filter, will then give you a call to be like, oh my god, have you heard about, you guys get what I mean, right? Okay, so the outcome for this is the loop action. So we only need one loop action. We don't need this basic extra. We don't need the animation reference. We just need a loop list, which is down here. And we're gonna put in our, let me just save that. And we're gonna put in our drama node, our action schedule drama node. Copy and paste. Just get the name because, like I said, I just like to keep it organized. Yes, okay. So what else do we need to change? Do we need to change the age of who can access this? Yes, we do. Adult, teenager, young adult, and elder. And then what else do we need to change? Absolutely nothing else. And then we can just save that as well. Go into our Sims 4 Studio. Let me just do that. Okay, so we have now done that. Okay, so we have now made the social interaction, the computer interaction, the drama node, all of that stuff. Now we need the social interaction to be shown in our game, and we need the computer interaction to show on the computers. So if you guys have watched my previous videos, you would know that I used to use XML Injector. I have now moved over to Lot 51's tuning injector simply because it gives me more options um, to just do so many things. Like I can do university degrees, custom stuff. Oh no, where's not loaded? On the tuning injector compared to the XML injector. So yeah, it loads. So this is the tuning injector. So I just go to core, I go to tuning injector, and then I put in my name, and then I put in my mod name. This is basically if you ever, or if someone that uses your mod ever gets an error, they'll be able to know who it belongs to. Um, so I don't need to do it here, it's fine. So we are going to first of all inject the we are going to first of all, my mind just went complete blank. Inject the computer interaction. So for computer interactions, we go to inject by affordance, and then we go to query, and then we go to computer lock-in. Yes, that's the one. Otherwise, if you were to go to inject by object tuning, you'll be listing all the computers in the game and they add new ones quite often. So it's easier to just not do that. And then we are going to get the interaction. So our computer interaction is this one. Okay, so we select that and then we put that there. And then I get the name and then I put the name here. Now, we are now going to do the social interaction. So the social interaction is a social mixer interaction. So we need to inject it to the mixer list. So because it's a gossip friendly interaction, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go to my mod folder to get the right one. I'm going to go for the friendly mixer list. This is what friendly mixer list is, guys. So if you ever need to know that, and then I'm just gonna put a name, and then I'm going to get my social interaction, which is here. I've got too many things opened, and then I'm gonna put that here and get the name, and then I'm going to put that there, and then obviously I'm going to rename this to Etsima tutorial node injector. Okay, those are the two interactions, and then obviously I'm going to save that. Okay, save, yes. Okay, and then I'm going to import that, and that's what it looks like. Obviously, for anyone to be able to use this, you need to make sure you have the lot 51 core in your mod folder. So we've got the injector that links to these two interactions, which leads to these loot action, which links to this gossip drama mode, which has the yes and no responses drama node. So I'm gonna save the game. Save the game. I'm gonna save the mod. Get into the game and show you guys what it looks like and how, if you're impatient and you don't want to go through the interaction, how you can trigger an action loot using Lumpinou. Let me see if I can find it. If you're a mod creator, get this. The sim info manager. I definitely recommend for you guys to get it, and I'll show you why in the game in a second. So let us start. Okay, so we're in game. I'm just going to show you guys the interactions quickly. So you've got the gossip about neighbor one right there on the computer. Um, okay, okay, okay. There's so much happening right now. 2 to 3 minutes. Boom, done. And even though nothing has happened, the drama node is actually scheduled at the moment. So the game has currently scheduled the drama node to happen. So let's see the other one. I believe this one is on the friendly, on the gossip, and this one's gossip by neighbor. Let's go to it as well. So you guys can see the injector is working. Perfect. So I'm just going to show you guys quickly what I meant by using Lumpineau's sim info manager. So you click on your sim or any active sim, you go to action, you go to sim info toolbox, and then you go to modify if that's what you want to do. And here you can add buff, add remove buffs, add trait, remove trait, add statistics, remove statistics, add commodity, remove commodity, and this one, apply loop action to Tamia. So let me remove the one I've used previously. And then what I can do is I can go here, search for this loop action, or I can search for this one so you guys can see how it works. I'll search for this one and then I'll put it here, show results. As you can see, that's the one. And as you can see, what we wanted the loop action to give is what is given, as you can see here. And then we can also do that to trigger or to schedule the drummer node. So let me get the drummer node loop action. That's the one. We select that and then we get rid of that. Confirm. Yep, that's the one. And just like that, it's been scheduled. So if you ever want to, if you create a mod and you want to see if your loop action is working, I advise you to use this to check not just loop action traits. You can check if you've got hidden traits. If you can check if you've got buffs, you can check anything using this. So it's been scheduled, but obviously because we scheduled to what time is it? We scheduled it at 10 a.m. to run for 8 hours. It's not going to work now because obviously it's 10 p.m. and I would not advise you to change that because that's gonna mess everything up. So what I'm gonna do now, because it might not even show on Tuesday, it might not even show on Wednesday. It's absolutely frustrating testing drama nodes. Um, I'm going to call it a day on this tutorial, and then probably at the end of the video I will show you guys what the drama node looks like when it did pop up. Otherwise we'll be waiting here forever. So um essentially that is how you create a drama node. Like, it's very simple. The other thing that might be complex about it is if you're making a more complex type of drama node, or if you need to change the sim filter and stuff like that. So regarding the next tutorial is going to be about drama nodes. We're still sticking with drama node. I'm just gonna do a different type. Let me show you guys which one I mean. I'm going to be doing a invitation drama node. So this is where your sim, so like this essentially. An invitation drama node is when your sim gets invited out by another sim. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that because that one's a bit different, a bit more complex compared to a normal drama node. So this one, the NPC invite situation drama node, will be maybe 2 to 3 videos, simply because a lot kind of goes into it. So I will show you guys how to make that in the next video. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's longer than I expected it to be, but drama nodes are not easy. Drama nodes are not easy. So I hope you guys did understand everything that I said. If you have any issues, I do have a Discord um, that I post on my more tutorials. Let me see if I'm allowed to show Discord. Yes, I am. I post all my mod tutorials on here. If you have any mod tutorial help that you need, um, just let me know and I'll be able to help you. So this is Sima saying bye, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you so much. And by the way, FYI, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch very soon. So please support me. Thanks, guys. Bye.